The quarrymen, and by that stage the jobs were offered only to men, worked above and below ground. When the diggers, drilling too close to the membrane nets, holding the most fragile material in place, collapsed a section of the rock formation, those men at the base of the dig directed the most productive rocks onto the flatbeds, transporting the material off-site for pummeling, the process by which the minerals were extracted, were buried instantly. The rock's dust and slurry in turn buried the underground tunnels, where the smaller men, mainly teenagers, dug out ore and the softer rocks used for land demarcation. Our grandfather, who worked the quarry along with his brothers, told us that the sound we could hear throughout the gorge was not the winds, but the howling and screaming of the dying, especially the younger ones as they inhaled the waterlogged dust. We walked the craggy ruins, long overgrown, littered with disused equipment, rusted by the rains. They were still useful though as the playthings of the following generations, and he said that children would often go missing in this area even with a parent or guardian in close proximity. And he also said the spirits of his brothers still tried to pull family members into the crypt. But when it came time to leave, he bundled my sister into the car, locked the doors and drove off, leaving me to the whims of the dead. I ran after the car, which he parked a half mile or so up the road, only for him to drive off as my hand reached for the door handle. He would tell my sister that we might not be able to ensure my survival, and I could hear her screaming along with the screaming of his brothers. And they, like most of the victims, were never identified, allowing the company, after a long legal battle, to deny the family's compensation. And just like the family's experiences in the courts, the pattern on the road continued until it was clear exhaustion had set in.